Oh, wait, can you hear me? Yes, you can. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Kobold Chats. My name is Kendrick or Kendo, whichever you prefer. I use any, all pronouns, and it's been a second. It's been a hot second since we've done one of these. I had some technical issues last week because my power exploded, quite literally. I woke up to the sound of something exploding, and then I didn't have power for hours. And then, it's been a second, but I'm so glad to be here with you today at the end of our week, in the middle of our day. Maybe you're at lunch, you're just chilling at home, whatever it is you're doing. If you're watching this during work, don't worry. I won't tell your boss. I don't snitch. Looking forward to hearing more about Lineage and Heritage. I've been reviewing the TOVGM Guide Player's Handbook, looking to incorporate some Kobold methods into our sessions. I love to hear that. I love Lineages and Heritages. I will say that the original Twitch title is not necessarily correct. That was a previous Kobold Chats where we did talk about the Midgard Lineages and Heritages, and you can go I'm pretty sure that VOD is still up on Twitch and YouTube, so you can go watch that. But just in general, we will be talking more about that. Can't tell my boss if I am the boss. So true. So true. I love someone who can work for themselves. What was I saying? Oh, yes, today. So we're not talking about lineages and unfun explosions. So, yeah, it was a very unfun explosion that left me without power. But you know what? It doesn't matter what happened last week. That's in the past. What matters is this week. And this week, I am talking with the wonderful community manager over at Roll20 and DriveThruRPG, and that is Brooke.
Yay!
Hello, Brooke.
Hello!
How's it going?
I'm doing so great. Hello, everyone. My name is Brooke. I am the community manager at Roll20. I had the pleasure of meeting Kendo at Big Bad Con this year, and I'm really excited to be here. Hello, hello.
Yes, so excited to have you here as well, because I think I told you when we first met, Roll20 was my first virtual tabletop back in oh god, I was in high school, early college. What was that, 2014, 2015? I remember the first Roll20 con. I have that shirt somewhere, actually.
Wow. Oh my gosh. So you should have my job.
No,
should we switch places?
No, you were much better at it than I could ever be. But yeah, tell the people, what is it that you do for, because you were both Roll20 and DriveThruRPG.
Yes.
So yeah, let people know what is it? What's your job like? What do you do?
Yeah, so I am the community manager / social media manager at Roll20. So if you follow us on X, Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, I do all the things everywhere, including short form videos. So if you're into Reels, Shorts, and TikToks, that's me as well. And I also get to work with some of our amazing partners like Kobold Press, Artelsorian, Evil Hat, and it's a really great time. So thank you all for tuning in today. And today I'm excited to show you all how awesome Kobold Press's products are on Roll20.
Yeah, and I'm so excited because I like to have easy access to the things I use in my games. I have too many PDFs crowding my computer. So like that's just one of the great things about Roll20, right? Like you can just quickly get into you could quickly just get into a game, pull up things, click and drag things onto your sheet. All of the math is done for you for your dice rolls, depending on, the character sheet and stuff like that. It's just, it's dope.
Yes.
It's so cool.
Yeah, we were talking about folders earlier. If you see my folders of PDFs for ttrpgs, it is a maze that you will never be able to find your way out of. So that is one thing about Roll20 that makes it nice.
Understandable. Oh, we got someone in the chat asking if they could get some more instructional videos so that they could learn how to use because Roll20 does have like a ton of features.
Yes.
And it's always coming out with new ones. So like tutorial videos, love those.
Yes, I have been doing a ton of short form tip videos, so I highly recommend checking out our Instagram or TikTok. That's where most of my tutorial content is being funneled right now, so check it out.
Yeah.
But there's more to come. There's more to come.
Yeah. I
Yes.
mean, today you're going to even show us some of like how the Kobold Press stuff is integrated with Roll20. So what do you got for us?
Yes, we can get right into it. I'm screen sharing right now. This is a fresh account for Roll20, so this might look like your account. Actually, Kendo, I do have a question. You said
Yeah.
Roll20 was your first VTT. Is it
Yes.
still your VTT of choice?
So as of this point, I'm actually, yes, it is. I was thinking through it. Yeah, Roll20, like whenever I'm like, I need a game, I need to like, even just for like dice rolling or like character, like my Kids on Bikes 2E game that I'm running through
Yes.
Roll20 and stuff like that. So
Oh,
I
yay.
was about to see, I was about to say, oh, how do I justify I haven't? And I'm like, oh wait, I actually do use Roll20 all of the time.
We love to hear it. So, once you log into Roll20, it's completely free to sign up. You can access any of your purchased marketplace content through the marketplace, my marketplace items. So, this is if you've purchased the amazing Kobold Press books on your account, which you can absolutely do. And instead of getting a PDF, you'll essentially get everything you need to run the game online in Roll20 right here through the website. So we're going to start with Scarlet Citadel, the mega dungeon of Kobold Press, an iconic adventure. And this is a module. So a module is basically a self-contained game. You can't add it to an existing game. It would be something like a brand new campaign.
Mhm.
And this is one thing I have a bone to pick with Roll20. What is a module versus an add-on versus a compendium? Like I work here and sometimes I'm confused about that. So if you're confused too, that's justifiable. But a
Understood.
module is just something that is its own sort of like standalone game.
Mhm.
So we'll create a new game with Jump Gate, which is our complete overhaul of the VTT. It has a ton of new awesome features and is even easier to use. And Scarlet Citadel is a 5e product, so we can use the 2014 sheet or the 2024 sheet by Roll20. And I'll show you a really cool thing about this once we get into the game. Have you played Scarlet Citadel?
Me personally, I haven't
Mm.
actually. I know there's, I think Kim, our like lead customer associate, and like, I can't remember her full title. I know if Kim is watching this, she'll kill me. I'm sorry, Kim. You do so much that I can't hold all of it within my mind. Um,
Yeah.
but I think she was just sharing. She was playing a Scarlet Citadel game in person, which is,
Oh,
God. I
cool.
miss having games in person.
I wish I ever had a running game in person. I'm like a started in Roll20
Mm.
and have just stuck with it ever since, but
It's
I want
good.
to get in a seat at an actual table. Once you get to your game, this is your game, you can actually add on other Kobold Press products like the Tome of Heroes under content sharing. So this is a cool
Ooh.
thing under game settings. You can enable content sharing and share your compendium. So compendiums is basically a digital rule book.
Hmm.
And so you can see there are a ton on Roll20. The Midgard Heroes Handbook is one that you could enter into here. Some of these, let me look and see if I can find Tome of Heroes, yay, which I own on this account.
Yeah.
And so we can just add Tome of Heroes to this game. What that will do is let all of your players actually create characters in the character builder using those options. So it is super convenient. They will have all of the options that you want them to have. And you can also adjust those settings so that it's like, no, I don't want you to play a, character from Tasha's or Xanathar's. You can sort of customize what it is you want your players to have access to, which I really like.
Yeah. No,
And
that's
then
really
we can
good.
just launch the game.
Yeah. Let's get into it.
I watched I was introduced to Kobold Press through Sly Flourish, who's a
Mm.
big fan of
Yeah.
Kobold Press, and he did a complete like prep session for Scarlet Citadel, and I watched all of those episodes. So I felt like I was playing Scarlet Citadel, even though I was not.
I love watching people prep their games because both
Yeah.
just because it's fun to see, but also as a forever GM myself, I love other people's processes, especially,
Yes.
yeah. So I love that. Here it is.
So the cool thing
Ooh.
about Scarlet Citadel, you get a little landing page, which is really
Ooh.
cool. You also get some pre-generated characters, which I'll show you in the corner. Um, so this is the sort of screen that you will hit when you enter into the Scarlet Citadel. And if you head to this book icon, you'll see that there are blank character sheets, there are pre-generated characters, so your characters can just hop right into the game without needing to set anything up.
Mm-hmm.
The cool thing is that with 5e, you can actually add the 2024 sheet to a game that has 2014 sheets enabled. So
Oh.
this means if your players want to use the 2024 sheet, which is compatible with 5e 2014 rules, they can.
Mm-hmm.
So it just lets you, it's up to preference. I
It's
think our
very
2024
customizable.
sheet is really, yes, super customizable. It's very powerful. And so now we can go in and create a character for 2014 or 2024.
That's sick.
So that's really cool. And I can just show you all what that looks like when you have Tome of Heroes enabled. So we'll go ahead and build a new character. And we'll see that there are free rules that you immediately get access to in the
In
free
the like,
basic
yeah,
rules.
yeah.
Yeah, in the character builder, sorry.
No, you're good.
But you also get access to some third-party products and also for the Kobold Press
Oof, the
specific. Look, you have
witch.
a little Kobold
I
logo. How cute
love
is
that.
that?
That's so cute. And the witch art,
Yes,
love it.
and I think the Tome of Heroes has a lot of options for subclasses. So, say if we were
Mm-hmm.
to pick a warlock and you move over here to select your patron, then you would also see all of those. So, right now I have Deep Magic in this game as well. So, you can see the frozen one from Deep Magic.
That's
So,
so good.
completely accessible from within the character builder. Do you have any favorite, like, Kobold Press specific character choices?
Oof. I like. Hmm. There's the. I'm a bard main personally, and so
Yeah! All my
there's
bars rise up.
right bards. They're just so good. The bard. It's. I think it's from Deep Magic. It's the College of Cuisine. Yes, the College of Cuisine.
Cuisine!
The cooking
Beautiful.
bard is so cool. Being able to
Beautiful.
make food as your art form, amazing.
Yes, and you can also see where each sort of character option comes from. So in this case, it's free basic rules 2014. In this case, it's free basic rules 2024. So
Mm-hmm.
it's really easy to see. And if there's anything else that you might get from Kobold Press books, like the archivist background, you can also check that out in the character builder as well. So it's a really cool way to just streamline character creation. One other cool thing I'll bring up is that you can actually create characters outside of the VTT completely with Roll20 characters. And so
Oh,
you can let your players create their characters here. They can export them into Roll20 characters and they can roll wherever they are. So if you're playing an in-person game, that's a really good way to just have like a character sheet pulled up on your phone.
yeah.
Super convenient. And if you're also using Roll20 characters, it can roll still into the VTT. So pretty cool. I
That's
like that option a
that's
lot.
pretty good, and it feels I don't know why the like immediate example of that was like, oh, if you're running a game that's mostly online, but hey, you all have a chance to meet up like at a convention or something,
Yes.
you can super easily like transfer like, okay, I don't need to have my full laptop out here, I just need my phone, which is
Yes,
pretty good.
exactly. And that's like those ones that, you don't get to do it very often, but when you do, it's such an exciting moment. There is within the Scarlet Citadel also a DM tutorial. So you can actually get a mini tutorial. I know that Zerial said that there was no tutorial in the interface at the time.
Mm-hmm.
We've tried to add a lot more to make Roll20 more accessible. So if you create a new account, there is a tutorial that walks you through. But also, if you have a module like this, there will also be a little mini tutorial you can go through that basically tells you how to open a stat block, how to activate a trap in the Scarlet Citadel, how to use rollable tables. So if you
That's
have any specific questions, feel free to ask me. But these are also like really cool resources like right in the game that you're about to run.
that's so cool.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
I
so cool.
really like these. They're pretty slick. And Kobo Press makes these, so they know like what the cool parts of their own products are and have a really cool way of showing them off.
Mm-hmm.
So I can just take you to one of the dungeon levels and show you what this actually looks like. So with the product on Roll20, you get all of the monsters, you get all of the adventure text, and that's all going to be over here in the right-hand sidebar. So we can see that these are on the GM layer right now because you don't want your players to see it until you're ready.
Right.
Once they enter the room and you want this gelatinous cube thing to pop out, you can just move it over to the token layer and then bam, it's right there. And the cool thing about this is all of its actions are actually in this quick toolbar. So you can just click, if you wanted to multi-attack, you just click multi-attack and then bam, it will let you know exactly what you need to do. So I like that.
Yeah.
And I think that's almost all of the tokens should have that little quick bar.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
So it's
so
really
nice.
convenient.
You don't have
You
to
don't
have
have
the
to have 1,000
monsters
sheets.
tab
Yes.
open and like, okay, which one of these? The quick, and then it rolls it for you. See, this is the power of a
Yes.
good virtual tabletop.
Absolutely. And I will say, so for those who are interested in tutorials, if you're a GM, there are a ton of free basic rules. So if you want to look up a kobold, for example, you can actually do this yourself pretty easily. So I'm going to pull on a kobold from the compendium and we'll give it the 2014. It is a 2014 monster. So we'll give it the 2014 sheet. And if you drag one of these actions down to the bottom of this sheet, you can actually create your own macro, just like this one here. And so you would want to rename it, obviously, because that looks crazy. But once you rename it, then you can just roll with this too. So as you're preparing for your next session, you can easily just create those really quick actions and just have them in the bottom bar right like that.
That's so
So that's a
nice.
cool little quick tip that when I found that out, I was like, that's a game changer.
I need to run D&D and roll 20 again because it's been a hot
Yes.
second and I haven't really had to use a lot of the new features, but this makes me want to do that because it's just cool.
Yay! No, the new features are great, and I can talk a little bit about jump gate. But so here you can see the map. If you click over to the lighting layer, that's where you'll see all the dynamic lighting is already input. So when your characters are sort of roaming through the map, they will be exploring. All of the doors and windows are coded as well. So you can easily interact with the map, but also be surprised by things that are happening, around the corner. That's really immersive and it's already set up for you. So you don't have to draw in all of these lines yourself, which can be a real pain in the
Yeah,
butt
no,
sometimes.
absolutely.
And if I drag on, so when it comes to dynamic lighting, we actually just added this new window over here. So you can change the effects of dynamic lighting like on the go. So I can turn it off, I can turn it on. I can also change the way that the darkness looks. So we added this like dark fog effect. And
Oh,
it's basically just really like moody. And there's also a pale mist, which how perfect is that for like Curse of Strahd or something?
that was the first thing I thought of was Curse of
Right.
Strahd
I'm
for
like,
that.
this is
Yeah.
Barovia. And so there's tons of settings that you can play with in dynamic lighting, and they're all accessible right here from the sidebar. So this isn't a jump gate game. This is only available in jump gate, but jump gate is, our updated version of the VTT. We recommend it. I think it will improve a lot of people's games. So it's technically in beta, but we consider it like a fully fledged product we recommend people try out.
Yeah,
Um,
that's really
you can
nice.
also see like which tokens have vision on your map, like how many tokens have vision and how many light sources there are. So we can see that there's 16 on this page, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's
Turn on
so
Explorer mode so
nice.
people can see what they've already seen. Update vision on token drop is a good setting so that players can't just like move their token around and see the whole map. Like they actually have to put their token down to see
Hmm.
around the corner. So you can catch people. So yeah, it's a lot more intuitive, I think, to add dynamic lighting. And if you ever wanted to add dynamic lighting yourself, super simple. All you do is go over to the pen tool on the lighting layer and you just draw in. And that is a wall. So in order to create an extra line, I usually just do another left click, and then to finish the line, it's a right click. Bam.
That's so
And
nice.
that's a cool little line. So doors and windows are pretty simple too. You just click over here to this little lighting icon and you can select place door, place window, which is cool. Doors can also be secret doors. And that means like players would need to roll perception and then you could reveal it to them. So that's a little, I really like that concept. So
Yeah,
there's lots of little cool tricks you can add to your maps to make them more immersive and more explorable. Man,
that's so nice. I
secret.
I love that I love that the modules come with the the pre-done lighting
Yes,
layer
yes,
because
yes.
I've spent so many
Yes.
hours doing, and of course this was years ago, and like the fact that the lighting information is now just there rather than having to go into the map
Right,
settings.
yes. That
Yes,
is the most frustrating thing for me. So I'm so glad they did this.
yeah.
You can also, to answer your questions, Ariel, does the dynamic lighting show properly instead of needing to preview? You can see a preview of what your characters are seeing when you have a character that has vision on your map. So this is like a well-lit area. So you can kind of see like as the character is moving in, you can see that line moving. Or you can also, I know there's a shortcut to let you see what the character is previewing. I think it's Control
I
L.
think, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So Control L will also let you really quickly see. It's not like a perfect one-to-one, but it is really good at just like a quick preview. Like, can this token actually see? Um, yes, you can.
Yeah, but
Bam.
I like that you can see it actively also without having to go into that preview because I think yeah,
Yes.
before it was like you just kind of it was very hard to tell. It was like, oh, what did the like you had to go into the whole other mode. I like this is great. This is great.
Yes. 100%. And so you can see all of the text that would come in the Scarlet Citadel over here in the form of handouts. So when you're ready to run Red Tower, for example, you would just open the Red Tower handout and you would be able to see all of the details. So this is really handy because it's easy to reference and you can also search up a specific keyword up here in the top
Yeah.
and just be like, oh, like I'm running this dungeon, like where is it? Easy to find. Everything's labeled. There's all these like really beautiful art handouts too. So
That's so
it's
nice.
kind of just like having the rule book right here, all in the VTT, which is really nice. And when it comes to the other products, well, and I can also show you like all of the NPC stat blocks are
Mhm.
here. The tokens are all set up from the monster books of Kobold Press, of course. And everything is basically in here, including traps, which is pretty cool. I think there are traps on these maps that you can like click the trap and it'll pop up with one of those like macro bars. Not on this map, it looks like, but I do believe there might be one on this map.
I think
Yeah, Chi for trap.
yeah, I think I saw that you all added a feature recently where you can
Poison, yeah.
have traps or like environmental stuff that trigger like on like certain like oh my god, my brain, what is it called when people are in initiative?
Oh,
When
yes.
which works great. Hey, we got a bunch of traps that you can use. And now
Yes. There is a custom initiative order where you can add custom things to the initiative. So if you want something to be like ticking down after 5 rounds, you know, it's going to activate. That's something that you can really easily do with this. So you just add your custom item, you give it a number, and then once it's its turn in combat, it'll just slowly tick down, which is really cool. Gives a little bit of like a pressure feeling to the combat. And I just used this in my last combat, and my players were like, it's about to go.
can
So
the
that's
number
always a
stop
really
going
excited
down,
feeling.
please?
Right. Right. And then the last thing that I'll show here really quickly
Yeah.
is how to add an add-on to your game. So when you are looking at your games, right over here. So certain of the Kobold Press products will also be an add-on instead. These can be added into any existing game that you already have, which is really nice.
Hmm.
And Deep Magic is one of those. So if we go down here to our settings and add-on, we can actually add Deep Magic to the game directly. And this will make it so that all of the text of Deep Magic is available right from your VTT game as well. So
Yeah.
that's great for character creation. If you want your characters to see, like, here's the spells you can choose from, you know, pick which ones you like. And it just makes it a lot easier to like read that book.
That's yeah, no, that's really good. I love that.
Yeah.
Well,
And allowing this, I think, as well, will let you use it in the character builder. But I'll have to double check and make sure about that.
understood. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Brooke. It has been a joy
Yeah.
having you on. Where if anyone's looking for you, your content, Roll20 stuff, where can they find it?
Yeah, I will say for the folks in the chat who were interested in seeing more tutorials, we actually do a monthly tutorial stage in our Discord server. So if you want to join us, just discord.gg/roll20. And that's where we do like 102 sessions, 101 sessions. So if you're new and interested in getting some more how-to content, that is a great place to look. You can also find us on Roll20 or Roll20 app on X, Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Probably Threads. Yeah, I think we have a Threads as well. So wherever on the internet, YouTube as well, we have GM tutorials. We have videos about all of our new updates so you can see what's going on Roll20. And so definitely check us out and give us a follow wherever you may be.
Yes, thank you so much, Brooke. It has been a joy
Yeah.
talking to you, and I hope to talk to you soon about more Roll20 stuff or just stuff like that.
Yes. And
Yeah.
hopefully next time we can chat for even longer. Sorry,
Yes.
everyone. I have a vet appointment that I have to take my cat to, and she doesn't know what's about to happen. So,
Oh, rest in peace to your cat. I know she'll be fine, but
yeah,
well,
she's
yeah,
not going to be happy.
not going to be happy whatsoever. And everyone, I must also leave post this because I am currently playing a ticking time bomb game with my computer. It could crash at any moment. I have to take it to a technician next week, but hey, that's next week, not this one. Very quickly, Sean, Professor DM over at Dungeon Craft, interested in doing. I would say if you have any questions about that, head on over to our Discord. There will be more. It will be easier for them to answer it than I will in the seconds I have left. But I will be here. What's next week? 20th? Yes, 20th is totally fine. We will be here next week, same time, same channel. Don't forget to hit the follow button, subscribe if you're on YouTube, hit the bell, all of that good stuff, so that you will get a notification every time we go live. We do Kobold Chats every Friday this time, talking about Kobold Press stuff. Maybe we'll do some more kingdom building stuff, look at PDFs, all of that good stuff. But again, playing a very, very sensitive game here with this computer. So thank you all for being here. Don't forget to go out, eat enough food, drink enough water, get enough sleep, and take care of yourself, because self-care is very important. And we'll play more games with you next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.